Welcome to the Director's Cut podcast, a part of StoryTown Radio Show. In this podcast, we will feature stories that didn't make the final cut for the live radio show, but they are excellent stories and need to be shared. This story comes from Leon Overbay, the Bard of Boones Creek, and one of the original founders of the StoryTown Radio Show. It was written by Jules Corriere and last appeared in 2016 or so. We included Leon's story, Did I Make the Cut?, in our February 2025 show, Fair Play in the Arena of Life. This piece about John France is an addendum to that larger story. Enjoy this memory of baseball in Jonesborough, as performed by Cynthia Millhorn, Ralph Martin, Katy Rosolowski, and Emma Kate Kyker.
In Jonesborough, it's common for properties to bear two names. In most cases, those names indicate the original owner or builder of the property and its present-day inhabitants. You'll see a sign out front of the building, like the Blair Moore House, and of course, the Naff Henley House on Main Street, built in 1840 by the tailor John Naff and lovingly cared for today by Sue Henley. John Naff also had another piece of property just outside of town. That property does not bear his name. It was known as Duncan's Meadow. This piece of property behind the visitor center bears the name of its 20th century owner instead, Robert Mitchell Duncan, who purchased it in March of 1904. It appears to have been a small working farm. Duncan was a harness and saddle maker who owned his own shop, and according to the 1910 census, he owned the farm free and clear. When he died, the property passed to his wife and then to their children. When their daughter, Blanche Duncan, died, she willed property to John France, who became a great neighbor and a real friend to the town of Jonesborough. Later, John France, with his wife Ruby, sold Duncan's Meadow to the town of Jonesborough in 1980. The town hall complex, the visitor center, and the library are all built on this property.
Let me tell you a little more about John France and how he influenced even the youngest of us in Jonesborough. But to do this, I have to start with baseball. Baseball was the game in Jonesborough during the 20th century. I should know, because I was around for most of it. The kids would all meet at Duncan's Meadow, all ages, black and white. We all played baseball together. John France used to sit way out there.
John France is the reason I played baseball.
Me too.
It was always way more fun to play baseball when John France watched our games.
I always wanted to hit the ball when John France came.
I wanted to hit a home run all the time, but especially when John France was there. It was very rewarding.
See, we always wanted to play baseball, and we always wanted to make a single or a double or a home run.
Well, who doesn't?
But John France encouraged us to do our best. He cheered for us, and at the end of the game, we got rewarded by him.
If you made it to first base, he gave you a penny. If you got a double, you got 2 pennies.
If you got a triple, you got 3 pennies.
And if you got a home run, that was a whole nickel.
After the game, we go down to Furch's, to that great big candy counter with all the candy in glass containers.
It was the most beautiful sight you ever saw.
I still remember those jars of candy.
Now, we have organized sports and trophies. The trophies last longer. But I sure miss that candy. So, nothing got named after John France?
It goes that way sometimes. There are so many people out there who do great things. Maybe not great things in the way of cutting through the first trails like Daniel Boone, or establishing the first seat of law west of the mountains like Wiley Jones, or becoming Washington County's first full-time guidance counselor like Marion McKinney, or the first African American to serve on board of mayor and aldermen like her husband, Ernest McKinney. Not all of us get our name on a street sign or a building, but a street sign or building doesn't guarantee remembrance. How we move people, how we make people feel, how we make a difference in just one life in a way that gets passed down through time, that's a way we remember those important to us from generation to generation.
Like John France and his pennies.
Play ball!
There is a John France Road in Jonesborough, off of Headtown Road. Take it and you'll find yourself at the kitchen at Grace Meadows Farm. It's true, though, that you won't find John France's name on any buildings or baseball fields, but memorials work in all kinds of ways, including this story. Thank you for tuning in for the Director's Cut podcast, a part of StoryTown Radio Show. Check in next month for more stories. Storytown is supported by the Tennessee Arts Commission, Trivia with Buds, Terry and Sandee Countermine, Gary and Sandee Degner, McLeod Organics, the Wild Women of Jonesborough, and Wolf Development.